and many more. The peak came at the All India Management Association Student Quiz, where he was declared champion and interviewed later, which was telegraphed from the Business Times. There was investment technology design in the age of science, and there was design of Victory Voyage, a monthly infotainment paper. Gaurav scored 95 percentile in CAT in his final year and got admission in Ford School of Management. He was also offered a job at Nagaro after passing their technical papers and interviews. He was the only one to do so from CITM in the first attempt. But guess what? He refused both. He was inspired by the spirit of the country and a desire to serve the nation, and he started a company in his father's name, Professor Dr. C.V. Ramanan. Ramanan Corporation has 5 verticals. Project Kalpana is a non-profit initiative for Indian farmers. The other verticals include web solutions and development, online marketing, foodpoint.com, and Rampers Creations. I request Gaurav to tell us more about his company and his journey from becoming an entrepreneur from a student to an entrepreneur.
In my opinion, entrepreneurship is more of a mindset rather than opening a company of your own. I want to share my journey, which I went through in CITM, which helped me learn a lot. So, I believe that the same principles apply whether you're going for a job or you're going to start your own company. It's the mindset which is really important, not what you're really going to do as a company. So, this will be the agenda for today. Don't worry, I won't take too long, I won't bore you too much. I want to share my college experience with you. And in my college experience, I learned 2 very important things. One is that you have to be true to yourself and no one else. And the second is you have to have belief in yourself. And then I'll talk a little bit about my company. More details you can find on the site, but I'll just give you an introduction about my company. So first of all, I'll talk about my college experience. I'm very glad that I'm from CITM actually. I'm very, very glad. They've given a choice that we go back 4 years every time and IIT is offered. I'll say no, I don't like. I'm not lying. This is actually a fact. I won't take IIT. I'll take CITM. Because if I was in IIT, everything was smooth sailing. I would have studied, I would have got a GPA, I would have got a job, very easy in Google or Microsoft. But I've never known about some challenges which you can face in life. Things are very, very idealistic and nice within IIT, very good practices. So, one thing is I learned a lot more in the corridors than the classrooms. Now, this is not an advice that you should go roam about in the corridors, but this is my experience. So, I want to tell you the truth. So, I'm very glad that you guys are here, and I want to thank the ESEL for inviting me to speak to you people, and it's even, I'm very touched actually that so many of you are there. I know it's a very inconvenient time after college, but a lot of you are here and that means a lot to me. So even I went for events like this, and it really helped, You get to learn a lot, much more than what you get to learn there. Believe me, much more. So I'll give you an example. As Rajiv mentioned, I was the General Secretary of our Social Service Club, ISLAM. So we had this fest called Extravaganza. The Extravaganza, what we did was we had about 10-12 events from various streams. We offered some amount of small charge for people to register. And all the money we collected, we donated it for the education of the children of these migrant workers, where these buildings were made, some workers were here. So we use that money to get admission for those children. So I was the head coordinator for 1 year. So I learned a lot from making that fest. I learned how to reach out to the audience. in the form of announcements, posters. Why should you come and why should you pay me money to, to just participate in the test? How to brand your product? Different names that can be used. For example, this is a very good brand for the eSIM. Just look at it's an attractive image. It makes you come here and want to participate. And we have to fix a price for the product. I learned a lot about sales. I am a computer science engineer, but I learned a lot about MBA subjects. Then I learned about marketing. And most importantly, I learned about working with people. Different kinds of people. There will be people who will be your subordinates. There will be people like the administration, they will be kind of difficult at times. And of course, I got to know about a lot of technical know-how. Dealing with administration is really an issue. I also get to meet a lot of great people. Exactly 1 year ago, I met Mr. Rajiv Chauhan. He was hosting an event just like this. And it was a quiz, and I was a participant when he was hosting. So I saw how he took to the stage, how he was speaking so well, like he is doing right now. And I said, okay, I want him in the company. So I met a wonderful person. He is now the Chief Officer of Corporate Relations at Upwork. He works by sending mails to PPOs and other people. I'll talk about the company. That's his role over there. The cameraman that you see right over there. I also met him in another fest. He was part of the quiz club in Seattle. So that's when I got to know the passion this guy has for biotechnology. We have this non-profit project called Project Kalpana. This is for farmers. I'll be telling you all the details. So he is basically there with all the bio aspects of things. Because I'm a computer science engineer, I don't understand biology. He was really he was in talking to a farmer about our product. So it's because of these things that I got to meet these people. You might have known this person. She was very active in coordinating a lot of events in college, both inter college, and she taught me a lot on how to get more people coming into the college, on how to brand and stuff. She is now a partner at SBI. You don't necessarily have to meet people at fest and stuff. In my own class, he is one of my best friends, Anshul Sood. He is the Chief Strategy Officer. So it's very important to just go out of your books a little bit and explore the world around you. Take a look at all of yourself. If you come from your classrooms or after your classes have ended, you come there, any something new which you are not going to get in class. You got to interact with those people. You find more people to meet. Now, one of the things that I learned from my experience in college is you have to be true to yourself. Because in the end, your life, you are controlling your life. In the end, you have to be answerable to it and learn. Also, I forgot to mention, there's another class of very nice people that you meet. Those are mentors. We have two very good mentors sitting there. They help me a lot, Sanjay Patel sir and Ilam sir. So, they guide you, they are a different type of enrichment that you can bring to your life, apart from your friends and your co-workers. People who can guide you, can share with you their own experience. That's also equally important. Now, coming back to this, I want to ask you things in your college life. If suppose you are worried about attendance, attendance what's the point of attendance if you don't learn it? I have had people who are 90% attendance but don't know how to program. See, I have interviewed people for the company who had about 70% and greater than 70-80% attendance. But when I ask them a very simple question, computer science, they are like really blank. What would have asked if you don't know much? So, as CITM taught me, it's very important to learn on my own. It's not just to rely on my teachers, it's not just to rely on my syllabus. I have to learn on my own. I'm sharing these things because there are future entrepreneurs and there are future professionals here. So you have to get as much out of the college as much as possible for your future journey. That's why I'm sharing this. So that's how I learned all my technical know-how. That's how I learned for people. It's not there in the books. It's out there when you interact with the world. Now remember that you are going for a job or starting a company. Your parents are not going to do this. Your teachers are not going to do this. Your friends are not going to do this. The society is not going to do this. Who cares what the society thinks? How much money you are making, or whether you are not making any money at all? Are you being true to yourself? Are you following your dreams? Are you following your own path? I've had lots of people who can't work for a startup because their parents don't allow them. I think they're pretty mature by now. They're about 22, something or younger. They're all majors here. It's our decision after 5 years. If we regret our decision, I should have started a venture of my own. I had a great weekend, but no. Then some company which was hiring me, so I went there and had dead-end job my first year. At that time, none of these people are going to come and say, yes, it was my fault, I pushed you into this. It's your decision. You are going to live with your decision for the rest of your life. So I would advise you to take the right decision. I was offered a comfortable job in Alaro. My parents were supportive, but they also told me that, okay, stay by your decision, that's fine. But make sure you're making the right one. And they told me about all the good things going on. My mother especially pushed me a little bit, but I didn't feel right. And I'm glad I took this decision. If I fail, I don't think I would. But if I fail, it will be at least on my name. I can't hold anyone else's force. In that regard, I'd also like to mention that Seelam sir is also a parent of a very famous entrepreneur. Have you heard of Indian Ocean? The drummer is actually Seelam sir's son. So I'd like all our parents to be like my father, like Seelam sir, who are very free-minded in the sense that they will advise their children on how you should be, on weighing your options, but leave the decision to them. Leave the decision to us, and do what your heart tells you. Now, congratulations to all the people who got a job in PCS. But according to me, packages come and go, brands come and go, job satisfaction is gone. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're going for a job, you have to be satisfied by it. I don't think that money is as big a property as it used to be 5 years back, 10 years back. There's a very good example I'd like to share with you. There was an Encyclopedia Britannica. It was there when we were in the 8th standard, 9th standard something. We used to always refer to that. And it cost around 8,500. Then, Microsoft paid the best researchers and they all researched and made this great information. About 8 years later, another model came for encyclopedias, which was completely free. Free to contribute, free to use. Wikipedia. And now everyone uses Wikipedia. So there is no money involved. No one's making a profit. No one's asking you to edit Wikipedia. But people are still doing it. You don't even get any recognition for doing it. But people are still doing it. So money in this day and age is now playing second place. It's our happiness which is now first. Money is one of the ways to achieve happiness, but it's not the only way. So I would advise that don't consider that as the only parameter. It's a very important parameter, do consider it, but not as the only parameter. You should do work that interests you. I've had so many of my friends who are just saying, "Hey, one job, let me one job." Just करते क्या है वहाँ पे? यार पता नहीं देखा जाएगा. What's the point? What's the point? I failed to understand. Your philosophy, what you think about the world, how business should be done. You should try to align with the companies as much as possible. Or if you're starting a venture of your own, then try to imbibe those philosophies in that venture. Give something back to the investor. So this is my philosophy, how a company should be. There are lots of service-oriented companies in this world, like TCS, Patni, Infosys. They're all very good companies, and I believe in the services. You do some outsourcing and all, you make lots of money, that's fine. So this is my philosophy. Has any of us used a product from TCS or Infosys? I don't think so. But they are very famous. Because they are outsourced. I want to see an Indian company's name come over here in the applications. Not these applications, but general purpose. I want an Indian company's name to come in the applications that are used by everyday people, not by the big business houses. So whenever you want to see an Indian company's name in these ones, that's what I'm trying to do at my company. I just started, let's hope that now this is the second lesson that I've learned from my college experience. That's belief. You have to have belief in yourself. we are all faced with a lot of difficulties, a lot of things are not under our control. But I believe that we are all able to succeed and all able to come up triumphant from these adversities. We all in different situations. Again, I'll come back to that reference of the extravaganza that we did. So it was pretty easy. We had to coordinate about 10-15 events, manage about 10-20 people. My team here, Asim Ghai and Shil Sood were also a part of this team. They helped a lot. And this is what we did. We missed classes for days, given absolutely no credit. We got criticized because we were missing our classes. We donated all our money that we made. There was nothing in the class. But in the end, we were screened at the administration, the ground floor. And basically, they were going to cancel the event 1-2 hours before the entire thing is going to begin. This was the scenario. Which other place in the world can teach you these lessons? These are invaluable lessons that you are going to learn when you go into your entrepreneurial venture or your job. 1-2 hours before a week-long event, the event is going to be cancelled. But we should believe in ourselves. We should believe in the people we work with. We should believe in the strength that's within us. And in the end, thanks to people like the one sitting there, the event was a grand success. We had a lot of participation. We raised around 30,000 rupees for the children. We got them admitted in very good schools. And the next year, we actually increased in the amount of kids because this extravaganza was now a brand in the college. It was pretty good. And the next one was another adversity that we faced in going to IIT Roorkee. We were placed second fiddle. In fact, some of our team members were not even given the permission to go one day before. We were all packed up and our suitcases we were going to go. We were saying, "Hey, tumhara naam nahi hai." This was the situation there. And during our first few events, it was basically the band and the dance that was given all the importance, the spotlight that okay, हम हिंदी ले जा रहे हैं, तुम लोग आ जाओ, extras बन के आ जाओ, कोई बात बस में. So people try to create a sort of a low self-esteem for us, but our self-esteem lies with us, not with them. It's up to us how we think through it. So we had the best intentions in mind, and fortunately enough, we were the only ones who actually won a prize there. So after that incident, the college got okay, quiz, let's make this the native event. Okay, other people are also important. They should not just band name the college ka naam also. So you have to have belief in yourself in whatever you do. If you're going to start an entrepreneurial venture, you're going to be short of cash, short of people, short of confidence. People are not going to. You've got to have belief in yourself, you've got to have belief in your ideas. They will not succeed after 1 year, they will not succeed after 2 years, they may never succeed. But if you have lost your belief, you have lost belief in yourself, then you are a failure. I don't consider failures to be companies which have shut up shop because their ideas don't work. I consider them failures because they quit. So having belief in yourself is. Now I'll talk a little bit about the company. The number one aspect which I hold important for my company is my philosophy. It's completely value to all people, our customers or our employees. And I want to imbibe these things that I've learned from college and brought them out as a company, as an atmosphere for this company. Our thought was made of people who don't just accept the world they've been given, but explore their part to change it. That's what I do. So this is our flagship project. It's called Project Earth. I don't know how many of you are aware of the alarming situation that's present in our country. But 45% of farmers which are 60% of the population, 55% of the working population are farmers. 45% of the farmers want to quit farming, which means more than half of your top occupation want to quit your occupation. So just think about the motivation levels people have to farm. And since 1997, over 2,16,500 farmers have committed suicide, and this number is growing. If you do some simple math, this comes out to be a farmer committing suicide every half an hour. Every 30 minutes, one farmer is committing suicide in our country. It's a very alarming thing. So what Project Kalpana tries to do is we want to stop this. We want to do our best in stopping this. We are trying to create a model where we can disseminate information on better farming practices to those farmers living in rural areas. We are using technology to do so because there are many government institutions who do it. There are many Krishi Kendra sectors that do it. But as you well know, the government is pretty corrupt. So if we use technology to do the same objective, the corruption factor is cut down. Because there is no corruption in technology. Technology is simple. It's either 0 or 1. That's it. There is no corruption there anywhere. So we want to be the disseminators of technology, where we tell them about the fertilizer needs or weather information or any other thing. They basically we for device sort of thing, a small computer which they can know how to use in their local language. They don't need it. They don't need any training like no mouse, keyboard. They need no computer. That won't be the case there. They should know how to operate it, and it is there. So we want to convert this to this, and we have a plan ready. We've approached many people from the ministry. Our work is also in progress. We are building this prototype, and then we are implementing it in this Vallabhgarh region, which is close to Faridabad. We went there. And we talked to the farmers there, we talked to the sarpanch there, we talked about our model. So we are currently in the process of building it. We are in talks with the Ministry of Agriculture. There are many officials who are very much interested in this. They like to get more. We have few contacts in IAR, Indian Agriculture Research Association. They are currently giving us all the information in the form of books and other electronic data which we are processing for our own needs. Now this is a completely non-profit initiative from our outside. We want to do this because we care about the country and because there is no ulterior motive here. This is a completely non-profit initiative. We have other verticals within the company. We are a web solutions company as well. We design websites. Web solutions includes websites, online marketing, search engine optimization. Getting your results getting higher and higher and higher in Google after your website. So. We have a nice clientele. We have a small clientele, but a nice clientele. There is an investment company. We are also in talks with Mehta Gandhi about making her website for her NGO, People for Animals. So that should work out pretty soon. And we have this design vertical of our company called Trumpus Station. Design is very important to all of us because that is the exterior part of any organization. So these are some of the, this is the NGO Patel, this is one of our clients. So we've designed posters for them. We've designed pamphlets for Kalpana also, our internal needs. And right now what we're doing is, since I talk a lot about our journey in college, I want to make that journey a little bit better. We're offering internship opportunities for people. So apart from our employment, we also have internships. We believe that just because you are coming from computer science or you are in electronics, that doesn't mean you have to restrict yourself to that. Let's say you are a gifted artist. Then fine, we don't care about your degree, we don't care about your marks. What we care about are your skills. So this is like a poster which will be soon putting up in all the colleges. To describe what we do, how your work will be. So you all have summer internships. So in that period of time, how long is it? Because summer internship 2 months. 2 months. Okay. So for that period of 2 months, you have two options. One is like most people get a certificate done, and then company में जाकर बैठा देते कुछ सीखते नहीं, nothing happens. So we want to be different. We train you for some amount of time, and then you can come with us, and then it's a very different kind of internship opportunity because since we are a startup. You get to hold very important positions within the company. You get to hold decision-making positions within the company. I'll give you an example. When Rajiv first started to work with us, he had this flyer made. We were still designing it. The first day when he came to talk to us, he said that इसमें आप कुछ ये लिखे थे इनसे बोल्ड कर दें. And immediately that was done. And within a few days, 150 copies were printed out. Now it's being distributed. It's even been distributed in the US. Some people have taken it to the US. And that's the power of your decisions over here. You make a decision, we like it, it's implemented like that. We don't care whether you're a student, we don't care whether you're some high-ranking official. We care about are your skills and how you think about it. If you say that this is to be done, if you like the idea, it's implemented there. And you also get to learn it. So this is, for some of our projects which are profit oriented, if you do join us, and your projects, the projects that you are assigned to start to roll up and start to make money, then you get a share in the profits as well. It is not mandatory, we don't have to give it to you because there is no common requirement for stipend. But we like to because that's our way of saying that. And of course, this opens up the door for permanent employment after your project. So that's pretty much it. I don't. For further details, you can check out the company website. We will give you all the information you want to know about Kalpana and all our other verticals. This is the website. So over here, I'll just tell you how to browse the website. This is all about us, what the company is all about. And this is our careers page. This is basically telling you on how you spend time here. This is about the internship program. So if you guys are interested in internship, you can check this page out, and it has complete details on how your work life will be at large. And you can apply using this format. It's a very simple process, and I believe the results will be equally fruitful. You get to learn a lot, your decisions count, and you will be doing a great service to the nation. So that's it from my side. I hope this has been of some use. I hope you will implement some of these.
Feel free to ask questions once we have done.
Actually, as part of our internship, it's not just the compulsory requirement from colleges, it's also from your side. Basically, when we approach colleges in Delhi University, the common case there is that they don't have anything in their curriculum. But most people actually do more internships from places like DU than in engineering courses because their degree does not give them that much of power as BTech degree. So actually they are very much more interested in it. So it's completely in the time frame is up to you, the months that you want to do internship. And all of you will get certificates, those of you who will get. Now the exact details on the projects you work on and your contributions in that. So that next time when you go for the interviews, they'll know exactly okay, you were in charge of this team, you did this. Yeah, that's it. Whichever person you yeah, we will have you send you a link and then you can it's arthur.co.in. That's simple. That's what I said. It's like you can be a mechanical engineer, but you are a very artistic person. Like, that's fine. We take you for your art, although we believe in your skill and not your stream. So you can be like a Delhi University, but you can still work on PhD or C or something. Whatever. Completely stream independent. Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
You were 94% by running and you were related to the fourth program and then you related data.
I think if I had gone there, then it wouldn't be fair to both my lives. It wouldn't be fair to them because my heart is not there. It would be fair to me because it would feel like I'm stuck there, my mind is continuously on Kalpana.
When this idea came into your mind?
This came surprisingly in Dragon Sir's class. That's the first time this. He asked everyone that, okay, what are your aims in life? Come on the stage and talk about it. So that's when I said that, okay, I want to start a company which brands tech India and not just as an outsourcing nation, but as a nation which actually builds products for everyday people. So I got some great amount of claps from the audience, so that's when it said, okay, I'm doing something good, people are appreciating it, I'll continue with it. But this thing of starting it was Thank you.
you, Gaurav. So friends, now you have a great opportunity for internships where you can really work and gain a lot.